it's always fun playing road games in the Big 12. Packed big arenas, big crowds. So I mean, the energy in the building was high, and so after a few shots, I just kind of felt the energy and was just playing with the right energy tonight.
Pete, when was the last time you went 9 for 9 from the floor in a game?
Probably never. I don't really know.
There's been a lot of teams that have come into this building and haven't looked like themselves over the last couple of years. What allowed you guys to come in here and focus the way you needed to and put these guys away pretty early?
Hold on, you gotta take it. That junk's sour, bro.
I think a lot of the credit has to go to the coaching staff. The scouts, they put so much time into the scouts, and it gives us just a great base. How we're going to play, and we went out tonight and executed. The coaching staff did amazing, getting us prepared for the game. So I think a lot of it has to do with the coaches and what they do. But then again, a lot of it has to do with the players. And we didn't play our last game was not good against Texas A&M. So we just wanted to come back, play with the same energy we've played with before, and play together. And tonight we came out and played with the right energy at the right level, and followed the scouting report, executed, and I think that just gave us a chance.
Barry, they showed you guys a number of different looks, man, and 1-3-1 and 2-3 and all those different things. You guys got good shots against all of them. Was that difficult at all to change on the fly, or not that big of a problem?
We had practiced that because we knew they changed defenses. I think one game they changed defenses 15 times in a half. So we knew that they weren't just going to primarily play man or 2-3 or that 1-1-3 that they played. So we were prepared for all of them.
Barry, what was the emphasis coming off of last week's loss? And how did this team, what was the reaction to that loss in practice the next few days?
I mean, practice was hard, man. We just had to get our mental back right and our bodies. We had a couple of days off to do that, and when we got back, I mean, practice was great. Energy was high. We were able to really focus in, execute, be dialed into the scouting report and what guys like to do and how their team thrives. And so I credit Coach Lowry for that scouting report and our guys for buying in and executing.
Was there ever a point where you thought, like, I haven't missed yet, or were you just playing and not thinking about it?
I honestly had no idea. I didn't really know until the very end when Coach Lowry said something, or BK said something to me about, you just didn't want to shoot, didn't want to mess up your percentage. I was like, what are you talking about? But no, there wasn't really a time in the game where I was like, man, I haven't missed. There's a time in the game where I was like, man, I feel pretty good. I'm hitting some shots, and so, but not really. I didn't have any idea I didn't miss a shot. I was really focused on, just trying to get open spots, especially against their zones, just moving to the open spot and just breaking it down and hitting an open teammate.
Barry, how important is it to take away Lindy's looks at the basket for them from three-point range? I know he made a couple, but you guys held him to 2 attempts, which is pretty low for him.
That's important, man. He's a great shooter. That especially gets going in the first half, and so that was a huge emphasis for us to not let him just get those points going in the first half and just allow him to get a good feel for himself. So we wanted to run him off the line, make him put the ball on the floor, and that's what we did.
Barry, how nice is it to see Dean have a game like this, given the fact that he had that injury and was out for a while, just to come back and be able to find his spots, be comfortable, and play like this?
Oh, man, it's great, man. He's preseason Big 12 Player of the Year, so I mean it's not surprising at all. But it's great to have him back, doing the things that we knew he's capable of, doing the things that he knows he's capable of, so fast after the injury. So it's great to have him back.
Barry, you hit a lot of threes tonight. You say clapping, asking for the ball a few times. Is that something you focused on all week in practice? Were you just feeling good tonight?
Man, we swung the ball, man. We worked on the second side, getting that ball in the middle of their zone, and also attacking the zone off the man and being ready to shoot on the opposite side. So, my teammates were able to do that, get the ball in the middle, and I was just on the opposite side, trying to stay ready to shoot.
19 assists on 26 made shots for you guys tonight. How key was the ball movement? How flying around was the ball?
It was huge. The ball had energy, and when we play with the right energy, the ball moves, finds open people, and we had a lot of open shots tonight just because of our ball movement, our player movement. It was beautiful to watch, and those open shots are a lot easier to hit, and so when you find the open person, and it makes the life a lot easier. So.
Is it more fun to hit a three almost when it comes off 2 or 3 quick passes like that?
It just feels right. really does. You know, especially after the extra pass, someone passes up a good shot for a great shot. You know, I feel like that's the best shot you can get.
Dean, how quickly after the game, if at all, did the talk turn to Kansas on Tuesday night and how big that game is?
In the locker room, or you know, we know they're up next, but we didn't really talked about it much. We know how big of a game it is, and we're going to be locked in. You know, the coach is going to do a great job with the scout, and we just got to buy in and do what they tell us to.
Bruce, how encouraging is it to see this team hit 16 threes?
Well, after last week, it's really encouraging, I guess. But I've said all along, I thought we could be a good shooting team. We should be. I think what Dean talked about and Barry, the ball movement was, you know, really spectacular and kind of what we've had hoped all year. And we had whatever zone, I told them today, you know, they change defenses so much it keep you out of rhythm. And I said, well, I could give you plays and all that, but you got to play basketball. And that's what we did. We got in the gap. We got to the middle. We got weak side, made a lot of extra passes. A couple probably turned down a couple shot, you know, open shots. There was one in the first half I thought was great. Xavier had an open one, threw it to somebody. They threw it back to him, and then he hit it. And then the next time he had an open one, threw it to somebody, and Matt got a layup. So 19-0 run probably broke their spirit. The great finish to the half and started second half. And our defense was also really good. I mean, that gives you the chance because we got stops and then into transition and beat them down the court and get a couple easy ones. It really helps. So, you know, a little disappointed at the end. We gave them those extra points, but we really defended at a high level, and that's got to be our constant the rest of the way.
Just were you a little anxious about this coming off the game you had Saturday last week?
Well, yeah, I mean, every game I'm anxious. I mean, this league is tough, and they're scrappy, and they've played people. You know, a lot of the games are close. They've had huge leads. They get off to good starts. They got off to a good start today. They made some really tough shots early. And I told some, it was miserable for me last week. I mean, I was so disappointed. I'm disappointed in myself. I didn't help get them ready. I thought I tried. I talked. I knew it was going to be a hard game because of human nature. But I guess if that helped us losing to get ready for today, it's worth the pain and the suffering and learn. But we just can't learn. We can't go through any more learning. We got to keep moving forward and stay focused. And that's up to these guys, their leadership, their determination, their drive to finish their career on a great note. And this was a good jump start today.
Speaking of the defense, Coach, you mentioned that with that final 3 minutes of the first half and then the first 4 of the second half, holding them scoreless. How impressive is that?
It was good. I thought we wore them down, and we did a great job of, Coach Lowry. We know their stuff. Coach Lowry knows their stuff. We guarded the spread. Dana runs it as well as anyone at Creighton all those years at SIU. We actually played Oregon early in a scrimmage, and we had to go against it then. Somebody else probably ran it this year where we had to guard it one time. But our guys know. Barry knows. Dean knows. Cam knows. They know where we should be, what we can take away. And then, I told our guys we got defensive stoppers. And Lindy Waters probably one of the most improved players in the league. He's a player. And Barry got into him and just never let him get going. He got 7 down the stretch. I thought Xavier did a great job on the freshman guard, not letting him get downhill. So we had some guys that did some good things. And our defense is, if we're locked in, and most of the time we are, we can defend at a high level.
I know it's a weird thing to think about, but given that the new net system takes into consideration victory margin, was it a tough decision to pull the starters there?
We went in the locker room, and I said to the coaches, did we do it too early? I just said on the radio, this is why I'm not sure the net is a good thing. Now the margin of victory is still good, but our defensive efficiency, think if we left our guys in. We had them in the 30s. But I would never, those guys deserve it. They need to play. They should play. And I wish they had played a little better. But, that's where I have a question about it. And no system's perfect. And I know they always say they didn't use the RPI, but they use it as one of the metrics that they're going to look at. So, but it is I think I might have told you guys there was an early game. We were non-conference, and this team didn't sub. And I'm watching the tape, and I'm like, is this guy a jerk or what? And then the coaches said, Coach, they wanted to get the biggest margin of victory. And then we had the same situation against that team a little later, and I subbed. I'm always going to sub. Those guys deserve it. They bust their butt, help us prepare, and they put a lot of time in. So I'm happy they got some minutes.
Coach, how excited are you for these guys to have the opportunity they do Tuesday night, still first place in the league against their rival, a game ahead of them, half a game ahead? Just how exciting is it for you?
I mean, it's great. It's a big game. You know, we made it big because what we did today, and you know, we're gonna have to play. You guys haven't won, have you, against them?
Never.
No, so that's a fact. So it's you know, I thought the last 2 years we played great at their place, had chances to win. At our place, they took it to us, and obviously, you know, Coach Self got after them after their loss against, you know, a couple losses there, and they were ready to play today. I didn't get to see it, but I know they were up 20 and made a bunch of threes. So, and that's against the supposedly best defensive team in the country. So, it's going to be a game. We got to come with the right mindset. We cannot anticipate we're going to win at home. We got to go earn victory, and it's not the 12,000 whatever's going to be there. It's the 15 guys in our locker room that will make the difference in the game.
Is that the most fun you've had sitting on the bench, watching garbage time kind of wrap up?
You know, my man Pearson got sprayed once, but, you know, he came back and hit one. So, I mean, I love to watch those guys. They put so much time and effort in, you know, and they don't get much credit for it publicly. So, I mean, it's awesome to watch those guys get in and you know, play a little bit of time here, and it's just awesome.
Actually, Pearson cooks on the scout squad.
Every day.
He might score more on Barry than the guys in the game.
Don't do that.